Hey everyone. So today, this is kind of a brain dump video where I'm just talking about changes that I've noticed in myself. Not necessarily the physical changes, because those are pretty obvious and I've been really good about documenting those in my videos, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the internal changes, the emotional, the mental changes that I've noticed since I started taking tea. Hopefully the traffic in the background isn't too loud. I'm sitting waiting for Christine to get out of church, and just I've got all these thoughts and ideas and things that I want to express. So please bear with me and as I talk about the different things that come to mind. I don't know if this is going to be a straightforward video or if it's going to be kind of all over the place. So I've always been a very creative person as far as wanting to be actively doing crafts and activities. I used to do a lot of cross stitching. I enjoyed taking different elements from different cross stitching patterns and putting them together and making my own picture for whatever purpose I was making the cross stitch. I would make them for weddings and new babies, and just I enjoyed doing cross stitching. That was something that I could sit and do and listen to a book on tape or watch TV. And I don't have a desire to do that anymore. And I also started getting into beading. I did a lot of bead work, doing necklaces and bracelets, and just playing around with different beads and different contexts. And I've got this whole huge thing of beads I've collected over the years, and I have no desire to sit and do beadwork anymore. It's like the creative process or the creative energy that I had and felt the need to express myself through, it doesn't exist anymore. Once I started on testosterone, those were one of the first things that dropped off. I enjoy watching Christine crochet. I enjoy watching my daughters do their crafting projects, and if they ask me my opinion or ask for suggestions or ideas, I've got them to share, because I've done things like those in the past, but I have no desire to sit down and do it myself. I was quite surprised to have that need that I remember feeling so distinctly disappear once I started taking testosterone. Another thing was, taking testosterone has increased my physical energy. I really have a hard time sitting still. Even through a movie, I find myself partway through the movie getting antsy or thinking of something that I could do, or I just need to go grab this or go get that, or just fill up my glass one more time, or I really have a hard time sitting still. About the only place I do sit still is at work, but I'm so overwhelmed with multiple projects that I'm working on and trying to get through, and emails I've got to answer, that I have to focus, or else I get lost. But even still, I find my mind going multiple places. It's not just my body, it's my mind too. So there's sometimes when I feel scatterbrained, where I just have so many different ideas going on at the same time that I start going down one path, and then another idea pops into my head, and suddenly I want to go down that path, and then something else comes in my mind. Oh, I got to do this. And sometimes it's really hard for me to focus and on just one project and just get that one done and out of the way before starting on the next project. And I never used to have that problem before I started taking testosterone. I used to be able to multitask really well, and I really have a difficult time multitasking now. I remember being able to multitask around my first spouse all the time. He couldn't multitask, and he'd just go from one project to another, and I'd have 2 or 3 things going on, sometimes 4 or 5, and I was able to manage that, and I can't do that anymore. I just mentally cannot do that, and it's frustrating for me. I think I miss that the most, because I know that it's possible, and I know that people can do that, and I am unable to now. Um, I think if there's anything that I miss the most from my pre-T self to my post-T self, it's the ability to multitask. Yeah. But I like having the physical energy. I don't sleep in unless I'm completely exhausted from my previous day's work, so I was up till 1 or 2 in the morning the night before. I have a hard time sleeping in now past 8 o'clock. My body starts waking me up at 7, 8 o'clock on the weekends, and I just can't lay there and drift back off to sleep. I remember I used to be able to sleep in till 10, 11, sometimes even 12 on the weekends pre-T, but I can't do that anymore. I gotta be doing something. I gotta be up, active, and just sitting around drives me nuts.